Hello everyone, this is Orlando from A Collector's Dream, and today is a very special day. It's kind of a good day and a sad day. A sad day because I traded one of my Grail cards yesterday, and it was a card that is extremely rare. I've had it over 5 years, and I really thought I'd never sell it or never trade it. But I did, and this is the card that I traded yesterday. I traded away my 1909 Cuban Cabanas, Rafael Almeida. And Rafael Almeida was one of the first Cuban players to be in baseball, in American baseball. Almeida played along with Armando Marsans, and Alfredo Luque came a little later. But basically, he was one of the pioneers in a Cuban. He was basically a pioneer Cubans. Him and Marsans with a few others, but really they were the stars. And Almeida is, of course, a legend in Cuba. And this card here, it took me forever to find because there's only two graded by PSA total. And this set, a 1909 Cuban Cabanas, I'll show you that there's 35 total cards in that set. And PSA has graded a total of only 44 cards. Remember, there's 35 total cards in the set. You can see them there. And the Almeida's been graded twice. So there's two PSA examples of that Almeida, and I had one of those. And that card is going to be in my collection forever. But so I traded for these. And I'll talk about these in a minute, but more importantly was the person and the interaction and the friendship that card created. I put that card on YouTube, and one of the biggest Cuban card collectors saw it, and very few people have a 1909 Cuban Cabanas card. And even though he's one of the top Cuban collectors, he didn't have any. He didn't have one Cuban Cabanas card from 1909. That's how rare they are. And, he really wanted my card, almost a year ago. And then we met at the National, talked at the National. Of course, he's come over it's my buddy Victor. He's come over to my mom's house now a couple times and stuff, and we've become good friends. And he really wanted that card, and I really wanted the Minnie Minoso rookie card. And this again is another rare card from Cuba, and I didn't have it. And I huge fan of Minnie Minoso. Basically, is the Jackie Robinson of Latin players, because he was the first black Latino to play in major leagues, and of course a Hall of Famer. And I really wanted this, and these are not cheap cards, and this authentic evidence of trimming. Of course it's missing a corner and stuff. These cards are impossible to find, and impossible to find in any condition at all. And I was able to trade my Almeida card for the Minoso rookie and the even rarer second year Minoso, which is even tougher to find. And even though, again, it's authentic, it doesn't really matter. These cards are impossible to find, and I wanted to have these Minoso cards, and I really can't afford these. These are very expensive. You know, these are, like they say, comma cards. Both of these are pretty much comma cards. So, you know, the bottom line was that, you know, it was going to take me a long time to get these cards. And I do have another Cuban Cabanas card, and it's just a common card, but at least it's a sample, an example of the 1909 Cuban Cabanas. You know, I have the Prats card, which is another Cuban player. You know, never played in the majors, but he at least it's an example of the 1909 Cuban Cabanas, and it's one of the few that are out there. So since I did have two, I gave him the best one, which is the Almeida card, and I know that's a card that he's going to treasure in his collection forever. He's like me; he's not going to get rid of that card, and that's really the main reason that I wanted to pass it on to somebody else that could be the curator of that card for many, many years. Not someone that was going to go ahead and just take that card and flip that card, because that's not a flipping card. That's a collector's card. It was a museum card. So I passed it on to him, and with the agreement that if he ever sells it, he gives me the first opportunity to buy it back. But I know Victor, he's going to keep that card forever, and that's he should. That's a museum quality card that you'll never see again. And these are some incredible cards that I got from him, and I'm really, really thrilled to get that. This is the 1946-47 Caramelo Deportivo Minnie Minoso. This is the second year Minnie Minoso card. And this card is rarer than the rookie card. And yeah, this says evidence and tribute. This one is cut at an angle. As you can see it, it's cut at an angle. Probably was done like that from the factory, because definitely none of that has been trimmed here. It's just cut at it's got the diamond cut, but this is from 1946, 47. So it's extremely rare. These were printed in Cuba, and you can see there, you know, at the stadium, a young Minnie Minoso with his Cuban uniform there, batting, stadium in the background. You can see some players in the back there. This is card number 84 in the Caramelo Deportivo. And then the rookie card. Oh, let me show you the back of this. And this one was super nice. It's a tough card. It's a rare card. And the back is just beautiful. These cards, usually you can't even see the backs. But this is number 84. Orestes Miñoso, infielder. It says del Club Marianao. That's the team that he played for, the Marianao. And then it says jugó con los New York Cubans, that he plays for the New York Cubans. So he would play in Cuba, and then he would go play in New York with the New York Cubans. And then it says, obsequio del Caramelo Deportivo, fabricado y distribuido por Felices. That basically says that you get these cards with Caramelo Deportivo, with the candy. And the candy is called Caramelo, which candy, and then Deportivo is the brand. And it's fabricated or made and distributed by Felices, which is the name of the company. And then it says the address and the phone of the company. In the back it says for articles of sport. It's like an advertisement in the back. It says for articles of sport, Casa Vasallo. And it says La Casa de los Deportes, the House of Sports. So it's a little advertising in this little bottom part here. This is the company who made it here. And that's the Minnie Minoso. Minnie Minoso is really how you pronounce it. The Minnie Minoso in his Marianao uniform in Cuba in his second year of play. And then this is the rookie card of Minnie, also in his uniform, Marianao. where he played. His rookie card, the 1945-46 Caramelo Deportivo, card number 27. And these cards are very thin. They were made to be pasted into albums, and that's why they are all beat up. You're not going to find these cards in any decent condition. Most of the ones that you see are graded ones or authentics. Very rarely you find a 2. Now, Victor had some awesome cards, and he has, of course, these in better condition. But I was just able to work out a trade for these that I really never thought I would own, at least not for a long time. They've been on my want list for a long time, but it just takes some time to get those. And again, you know, I have a few of the other ones. This is the Dick Sizzler, and I did get that graded. And see, they all come out with something. This is minimum size, not matte. And I'll probably measure up against one of these guys and see, because, you know, I guess it is minimum size on that one here. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a little bit, but you know, these cards were all hand cut. You know, so that's the Dick Sizzler from the 45-46 Caramelo Deportivo. And of course, he played in Cuba and he played in the major leagues also. He was a pretty good player. And then some of the other ones that I have, just a few more. Now Victor had almost a whole set of these cards. And these are just mine that I've had. I took them there in case he was missing any from his set to trade. But of course he had all of these. And these are Negro Leaguers that did play in the United States. And this is Clark, Shiflin Clark. And he played again with the New York Cubans. And he also played, you know, with Minnie Minoso. So this is, again, one of those. The other thing he shared with me is that there are 2 different backs. The backs are the same, but in some cases, this part of it is on the top. The Caramelo Deportivo is on top. And he showed me a couple of examples of those cards, and I had never seen those, so that was interesting. So that's the Shiflin Clark. That is Clark. There's another Negro Leaguers that played also in the United States, and this is Canizares. This is a Cuban player here. All these are Cuban players for the most part, except for Sizzler. And it says he played with Havana, and then he played He played in 1945 in the United States, in los Estados Unidos. And this is Canizares. So a lot of these players, they did play in the United States, in the different Negro leagues. And this is a set that, you know, you can see a lot of these are taken either at a game while the game was going on, because you can see in the background. And it's a beautiful set, really not easy to find. They were printed in Cuba, and here's another example of one of the cards there. And most of these, again, are Cuban players, you know, black, white, Latino players that played, a lot of them played in the United States, never in the majors. Some of them did, of course, like Minnie and some of those guys. But, and here's another one here. Here's Pedro Mendoza here. Here's another one here. So, as you can see, these cards were like, you know, not really cut properly in some cases. You know, they were just hand cut. They're paper thin cards. But I'm very lucky to have acquired the Minnie Minoso rookie card, which I've been targeting for a long time, and just want to have it. The condition really doesn't matter to me at this point. It's a card that is so rare that any condition that you can get it in is worth having it. And the next one, which is even a tougher card to find, an even rarer card, is the second year Minoso, the 46-47. Now this card, you won't see it very often because it is much tougher to find. But to me, it's just a beautiful card there. Second year Minnie Minoso. Cards printed in Cuba because, of course, in 1945, he couldn't play in the United States. But as soon as he could, I mean, he came and played in the United States and became the first black Latin player to play in the major leagues. So he's considered by Latins to be the Jackie Robinson of the Latino players. So I just wanted to share the trade, the big trade that I did yesterday. And I'm happy with it. I got two cards that I didn't think I was going to acquire anytime soon. And he got a card that is a Grail card for him and a Grail card for any Cuban card collector. So I think everything went well. And I'm just glad that I found the right person that will, like I said, curate that card and take care of that card for the rest of its life, because that card's going to be around for longer than I am and longer than he is. And our job is just to make sure that we take care of them for future generations. So I've got two more cards here that I'm going to take care of for the future generation. The two Mini Minosos, the rookie card and the second year card. I'm so glad I got them. I'm so happy. Thank you guys. Appreciate you for watching this. Please leave some comments. Please let me know what you think of the trade. And just like and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. It's Orlando from A Collector's Dream. Have an awesome day.